Mendy. What a simcha. It's a whole new shir now. Okay. Daf Ayin Vav Amud Aleph. On the top, we're starting the Mishnah. Brand new Masechta. Says the Mishnah, Kol Menachos Tunois Sholosh Meos Shifa v'Chamesh Meos Bi'ito.
Sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. Is everything okay, Ruben? Still not 100%. Yeah?
300 Shifa.
Thank you, Mna.
300 Shafset.
Okay, so Shifa is basically going like this with your hand back and forth. Bi'ita, yeah, we're starting the first words on the Shifa is take the wheat or the dough, depending how you learn. We're going to see in a second Machloikas. Go like this, basically, back and forth. Bi'ita is either you take your fist, you punch it down, or you take the heel of your not the palm, but this part. Is that also called? This is called the heel, right?
The heel of your palm. Yeah.
Stick it in, or bi'ita, literally a kick with your foot. So we're going to see exactly how this works. So again, Kol Menachos Tunois Sholish Mei Shifa. 300 times you go like this, and 500 punches. Shifa ubi'ita b'chitim, Rabbi Yossi Omer babotzek. So the Tanakama says that you do all this in the wheat in order to soften it up, so it separates nicely from the chaff. Rabbi Yossi Omer babotzek, you do all this in the dough so that you have a uniform dough. Kol ha-menachos bois eser eser. Every mincha comes 10 breads. So Rashi brings here that even the mincha soilos, which the kmitza is done before the baking, you basically make 10 parts, 10 loaves, and then you'd do the kmitza. So other Rishonim say different things.
Are they doing this within 18 minutes?
They're making sure that it doesn't become chametz. It's not 18 minutes. It's not 18 minutes. They just need it the whole time. Chutz mi lechem aponim, v'chavidi kohen gadol, lechem aponim and the breads of the kohen gadol every morning, afternoon, shem bois shtem esrei. They come 12 breads. So all the menachos, according to Tanakama, the Rabbi Yehuda, that all the menachos are 10 breads, and the lechem aponim and the chavitim are 12. Rabbi Meir Omer kulam bois shtem esrei. No, all breads, all menachos are 12 breads. Chutz mechalis toida. Unazirus shem bois eser eser. Toida we know is actually 40 breads, but it means 10 of each category. Nazirus, when he brings his three nazir, when he finishes his nazirus, he brings 3 korbanos. He also brings chalois and rikikin. 10 chalois and 10 rikikin.
Was it 10 or 12? What they do?
Well, that's the oldest question in the world. Yes, it's always like that. Always. The whole Zvachim is like that.
Nobody there to be made.
No, it's hundreds of years later. Okay, so how many breads does the Nazir bring? How many breads does the Nazir bring? 20. And the Toida is 40. Tana. Shof achas boyet shtaim. You go like this. One time. Okay. Now, shof shtayim boyet shalosh. 1, 2, 1, 2. Everybody together. It's a beat. It l'chayr is back and forth because how do you get your hand back?
It's the second shof.
So that's what the Gemara is going to ask. Is that considered 1 or 2? But it's back and forth. The question is it 2 or 1? Yeah? It softens. The whole thing is to soften. Basically, you're moving the wheat, punching it down, moving the wheat, punching it down, moving the wheat, or moving the dough. So basically, you're doing this 100 times.
What's the point of Yossi?
Because the dough, you're uniforming the dough. You're making the dough nicer, smoother. It's like kneading. It's a type of kneading. Alkoponim.
It doesn't bother him if it's 10 or 12 bread. That's fine.
It's 100. It's 100 times. You do this 100 times. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No.
Yeah, it's 8.
No, you missed the sheep.
I meant the shifa, but I meant this is 2 shifas. Fine. 1 shifa, 2 betas is 3. 2 shifas and 3 betas is a total of 8. If you do that 100 times, you get to 800.
Right.
And the Mishnah says you should do 300 and 500, so it's a total of 800.
The question is how much sheep is it?
Shifa beita. Oh, now by Rabbi Yirmiyah, Amtuye v'asui echad is going back and forth considered 1, or each motion is 1, and memelo that's considered 2. It'll be a little bit of a problem with the beat. So you go like this, boom, boom, and then you have to come back, boom, boom, boom. It's interesting. Okay. Shiva beita b'chitim, Rabbi Yosem v'botzek. So the Tanakhama says that you do all these punches in the wheat.
No, you wouldn't come back and do 3. You come back and again.
No, then it's more than 800.
No.
If you say that this is 2,
This is 1, and then you do 1, 2.
yeah,
So then you have to go back 2 times, do 1, 2, 3.
oh, 1, no, but it says 1, the first time. What does 1 mean?
Let's
Yeah.
outside you do 1.
1, and then you stay
1,
there,
2,
you stay away.
And you do 2 punches,
Yeah,
and then you have to do 1, 2. And
Sounds
3
like a
punches.
Yemenite wedding.
but I'm saying you have to do your punches away from you. You you can't bring it down. It's not natural. Okay. When Rabbi Yossi said that you do this in the dough, did he mean you do it in addition to the wheat? So you have to do 1600 according to him, according to this tzad. Did he only say it in the dough and not in the wheat, or did he say it also in the dough? Toshma.
Twice a year. You get too tired.
Toshma. The sign is shifa ubita b'chitim. Rabbi Yossi Omer shifa ubita b'batzek. What did this brisa add that the Mishnah doesn't add? That the Mishnah doesn't have? Because he added the words shifa ubita. If he was in addition to the Tanakama, he would just say babatzek, meaning you Tanakama say in the wheat. I say also in the dough. Not only, but because he said shifa ubita babatzek, so he was trying to tell me, unlike the Tanakama, I have nothing to do with the Tanakama. I have a new shita. It's only in the dough. Kol Menachos boy 12. Lechem aponim behedik siv bey. This is a pasuk mefurish that says 12 chalos. So I know that lechem aponim is 12. Chavite kohen gadol, the chavitin that the kohen brings in the morning and the afternoon. Asya chuko melechem aponim. So I have exer shava. It says chak olam by lechem aponim, chak olam by chavitin. It's exer shava. So now I know 12 by chavitim. Call Menachos the boys eser minolon. I don't want to scare you with the sugya, but this is one of the longest, and it just looks like this. It's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. It's very, very simple. I made 2. I don't know which. They're both the same, really. But somebody told me that you can't read this lechem aponim so well, so I read this because I was bored. And now the lechem aponim actually didn't come out so well. Agopanim. If somebody I should redo it after this year. I'm going to redo it. Pass it down for the people that can't really see.
Could be done much better.
I'll just explain to you the sugi outside real quickly. We're talking about a mincha, a regular mincha. They can't see over there. You're blocking them with that giant thing. Oh, okay. You're in the middle. The mincha. How do you learn mincha? How many breads? You can learn it out of a toida. Toida only has 10 breads. And it's similar to mincha in 6 things. Or you can learn it out of lechem aponim, which has 12 breads. So that's the question. I learn it out from a place that has 10 breads or a place that has 12 breads. The lechem aponim is only similar in 4 things. Yet I could also learn it out from chavitin, that's similar to mincha in 8 things.
How do you know Chavitin is 12?
We just learned it out a second ago from lechem aponim chak olam, zera shava. So the question would also be, and by the way, this chart is not complete. It's missing. Oh, very good. We're going to get into that. Remember in Zvachim we had that. So this is a Gzer Shava. Do you learn from Gzer Shava a Binyanav? That's very good. In Zvachim we learned that it's Teku. The one thing that we don't have here is a chart that compares the Toida to the Chavidim. That was going to get too long. I can't even reach that long. So the kids Toida to chavitim. Why is chavitim more or less similar to mincha than a toida? That comparison we don't have here on the chart. Let's see the Gemara inside. Very simple. It's interesting, like in Zvachim and Menachos, we had this kind of Gemara a bunch of times. That it's similar to this in 5 ways and it's similar to this in 6 ways. Usually the one that's similar more wins. But we did have recently that it says nefesh, that a yachid one wins out. And in our sugi also we have a concept of hedyot. The hedyot wins even though the number is larger. 8 is larger than 6. No, because it makes a lot more sense. We'll see in the Gemara. Something that's really similar, physically similar, in a very obvious way, then it could trump out numbers, just plain old numbers. Says the Gemara. So we have the Gzeir Shava Chuka, we have Gomar Melach Mitoida. Kol HaMenachos the Bois Eser Minolan. So how do I know that a regular mincha, like on the top of the chart, just this word, mincha, how do I know regular mincha is 10? Says the Gemara, I learn out Gomar Melach Mitoida. Ma lahalon Eser, Af Kan Eser. Just like a toida has 10 breads, so too a regular mincha has 10 breads. Now, we're going to see this soon, but I might as well just say it right now. How do I know a toida has 10 breads? So the way I know a toida has 10 breads is from this pasuk right here. V'igir mimenu echad mikol karbon truma lashem. So it says the word truma, and truma is 1 out of 10. And I learn out of Bekitzar, just like truma is 1 out of 10. Meiser. Trumas Meiser is 1 out of 10. So too, this is 1 out of 10. So Mela has to have 10 breads. So Bekitzar, I learn out the Toida, this pasuk that's said by Toida, I learn it out from Truma. Just like, so basically, this is Gzeir Shava. Already. This is Gzeir Shava that I know Toida.
Where's that?
This is Toida.
No, where's the Mimel? Where's that?
To Truma.
No, where's the period? Where in Shas is that?
Oh, where is it in Rashi? Look at Rashi. Rashi the Ramaskil Lachmi Toida Behedik Sibu, the bottom Rashi the Ksav Yad. Eser the Ksivi Lachmi Toida Behedik Sibu. It's one of the last Rashis. Not it's like on the bottom, towards the bottom. In my Gemara, it's mixed up, but I would say like 5 lines from the bottom. Eser the Ksivi Hikri Mimeno Echom Mikol Korban Truma. Vamrina Beberka Toida Nemer Kan Truma V'Nemer Trumas Meiser Truma. Oh, it says Rashi Trumas Meiser. Rabbi Yisai. Maran Echom Masora Afkan Echod Masora. Okay, so Rashi brings this drasha. Tomorrow's daf. Why are you always one daf ahead? Because you're actually preparing for next week.
He's a lot better.
Huh?
That's what it is.
That's how you look. You saw in Rashi. It says Zayin Zayin on base. So he said no. He actually learned it. Okay, fine. Zog the Gemara. So we have Toida is 10 breads. So let's learn out mincha from Toida. As the Gemara of Aleilev Melechem Aponim. Why am I learning out mincha from Toida? Let's learn out mincha from Lechem Aponim. Just like Lechem Aponim has how many breads? 12. So this one should also have mincha. Should also all the menachos should have 12. Says the Gemara. Mistabra Melachmi Toida have Aleilev Melach. It makes a lot more sense to learn from Toida. Shekain. It has 6 things that are Yochid. It's an individual, just like a mincha is individual, a toida is an individual. Hamisnade becomes binadava, lachmi toida is an adava, a mincha is an adava. Shemen, you add shemen, whereas in the lechem aponim there's no shemen. Nifsal, there's a psul of lina, where lechem aponim there's no lina because it's 7 days, a whole week. Shaloi b'Shabbos, a regular mincha doesn't push off Shabbos. You can't bring a toida on Shabbos. V'shaloi b'Tuma, and you cannot bring a toida if the owner is tamei or the actual korban is tamei. Adarabba, melechem aponim avalei lemelaf. Let's learn out from lechem aponim. There's 4 things that are similar lechem aponim to a regular mincha. Shekain hegdish. This is interesting. A lechem aponim is hegdish. What does it mean hegdish? It's kodesh kadashim. Whereas a regular a toida is not considered kodesh kadashim. Toida is considered kochim kala. Ulevayna. It has Levayin, Lechem Aponim has the two Bezichim.
Mincha also has the regular, of course.
Right, a regular mincha does. That's what we're trying to compare, but not a toida. And a toida does not. Matzah, where a toida has 10 out of the 40 breads are chametz, nothing in a mincha is chametz, and nothing, and the lechem aponim is chametz. Ve'etzem, and lechem aponim comes all by itself. It doesn't have a carbon, whereas a toida comes together with the carbon toida. Says the Gemara, you're right. Harach nefishin, it's 4 against 6. 6 wins, therefore I'm learning it out of Toida that it's 10 breads and not 12 breads like Lechem Aponim. Now, this is what Nachman brought up. V'isvirlon. The words Isvirlon just mean, and if you go back to Zvachim, we had a whole tremendous sugi in Zvachim. Could you learn out a Kavachomer from a Kavachomer? Once I learned something from Kavachomer. Once I learned something from Xer Shava, could I learn another Xer Shava from it? So, the Gemara over there says that once I learned something out of Xer Shava, I have another chart here. Not very important, but if I learn one thing from Xer Shava, I learn Lechem Aponim, I learn Chavitin from Lechem Aponim from Xer Shava, that's how I know that Chavitin has 12 breads. Just like Lechem Aponim has 12 breads, so too Chavitin has 12 breads. Now, once I have Chavitin, could I make a general rule called the Binyanav? Just like Chavitin has 12 breads, so all the Menachos in the world have 12 breads. It's not Xer Shava, it's a Binyanav. It's a general rule. So in Menachos we had a question. The Gemara remains in a Teiku. I don't know if I can learn out something else from something that I learned out from Xer Shava. We're going to get back to this in a second, what this arrow over here is. Akopanim. So the Gemara says, V'is virlon. And if you hold like that side in the Teiku, that Dobar Halom Xer Shava Choizer Melam Binyanav, that I could learn out from Chavitin, Neilev Mechavite Kohen Gadol. So then why am I learning out from Toida? That there's only 10 breads. Now I want to learn out from Chavitin down here, that it has 12 breads. And not only that, it's 8 similarities. What are the 8 similarities? Now this is not on the chart. It's better to learn out from Toida. Why? Shekain Hedyot. So that's a very, very strong one. It's very hard to get away from this one. A Lachmi Toida and a Mincha comes by a simple person, a commoner. Whereas Chavitin comes by the Kohen Gadol. It's a completely different Mincha. There's no comparison at all. That's like a bomb one. Shiz Nadev, it comes Benedava, Chatzayin, the Kohen Gadols, you split it in half, where anything else, other Menachos, and Toida, you don't split in half. Lepigol, it's similar, so over here, Chatzayin means there's no Chetzi, and the next word, Lepigol, means there is Pigol. Whereas in a Kohen Gadol's Mincha, there's no Pigol. Rabbi Isai, riddle, why is there no Pigol by a Kohen Gadol's Mincha? Because there's no matter. Who said that? 10 points. There's no matter for a mincha of a kohen gadol, and we learned that in order for there to be pigol, you have to have something else that goes in the mizbeach that's matter. The zrika, whatever, the hakrava. So memela, yes. What's matter? The taida, the carbon of the taida. Chavitim has no matter. Says the Gemara, and shaloi b'shabos. By the way, I don't know if I explained this 100%. All this blue, Rabbi, I forgot to explain this. All this blue are things that are in a mincha, believe it or not. That's why they're all blue. All this. But there's one exception. There's 4 exceptions. Not all of them, because all of them, but minus these 4 that are already right over here. Hegdish, Levaina, Matzah, Etzem are brought down twice. So really it's 14 things that are unique about a mincha. Okay, that's what's cool about this chart. And that's why I really couldn't do the other chart of Chavitim compared to Toida. It would have been a separate chart. What?
The 3 circles and the overlap.
Next time. We need extra hours in the day for that. Okay. So the Gemara, Adarabel, Mechaviti Kohen Gadol Haveli Melav Shekain Isaroin, the chavitim of a kohen gadol sara with his sarin. What about a toida? How many Yisroinis are a toida? We said yesterday 20. Kli. Kli and not. Oh, the Kli is Mekadesh. This is very interesting. The Kli is Mekadesh, the Menachos, whereas by the toida, what's Mekadesh the toida? The Shchita of the toida. So it's not the Kli. Hegdish, again, we're going to the Hegdish that it's Kodesh Kadoshim versus Kachim Kalim. Ulevaina, and there's Levaina. Matzah, Toida does not have matzah. In other words, 10 of the breads are chametz. Ve'etzem, it comes on its own. Toida comes with a carbon. Hagasha, you have to touch the mizbech with it. Ve'ishim, and it gets burnt. Toida, there's no burning of the bread at all, whereas the chavitin is burnt. V'hani nefishin, and it's 8 against 6. I don't know if these guys could see anything. You need like a larger lens. You could? I'm going to have to stop this video because of you. Take advantage. All right. Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara, so over here we see the concept. Even though it's 8 versus 6, but you have the hedyoid. The problem is that chavitin is a kohen gadol, and it makes a lot more sense to say that a regular mincha that's brought by Yisrael, by individuals, will learn out from a toida that's brought from a Yisrael individual, whereas this is a far-fetched thing. A kohen gadol's mincha has almost nothing in common in terms of that. It's such a strong. It's one that equals at least 2 or 3 of the other ones, kind of thing. That's why 8 versus 6 is not an issue. The 6th guy is going to win here because Hedyoid is so strong. All right, so we're done with that, basically. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Meir kulam boish demonstrate. Rabbi Meir is mechulak, and he says all breads are 12, besides 2 that are 10. Mike is sovar. So the Gemara now is not asking a question. The Gemara is just saying a statement. It's really Mike is sovar. It could be he takes it out on the side, but he's saying it's like lashon yichusa. Mike is sovar. Usually Mike is sovar is like a big bomb kasha coming up. Over here is just an explanation. If you hold in zvachim, the davar halom b'gzeir shava chayzer malam b'nyanav. If you hold the lechem aponim, the chavitim, we learn out from lechem aponim with gzeir shava, right? I'm going to learn out chavitim from lechem aponim, just like lechem aponim has 12 breads, so too chavitim has 12 breads. And then I'm going to learn out menachos from chavitin, and not from toida. Chavit. We'll see. We have a problem with hedyoid. So that's why Rameir holds 12 breads and not 10 breads. I don't learn how to toida. It makes a lot more sense because it's 8 versus 6, and it doesn't come out to the hedyoid teretz. He just says it goes by numbers. Numbers are numbers. Let's learn from chavitin. Just like chavitin is 12 breads, so too mincha is 12 breads. I'm not going to learn it out from toida that's only 6 breads. That's it. That's good if I learn a binyanav after I learn out gzeir shava. So first I have gzeir shava, and then I learn a binyanav. So maybe all menachos have 12. If I cannot do this final step, yalif melechem aponim. So I'm going to learn out. Look at menachos with this arrow straight. I'm going to bypass chavitim. I don't need chavitim. I'm just going to learn menachos from lechem aponim. We said, what's the problem with lechem aponim? It's only equal to 4 things. Lechem aponim only has 4 things that it's similar to. Why wouldn't I learn it out from toida that has 6? He's a number guy. So the Gemara. Hegdish mehegdish adiflei. So he says it's much better to learn something that's kodesh kadoshim from kodesh kadoshim and not from toida. Toida is kachim kalim. So I don't learn out a mincha from a toida because toida is kachim kalim. Hegdish is a strong teretz according to him. Says Gemara vayta chutz melachmi toida unaziru sheim bois eser lachmi toida behedik sivu. Very interesting that the Gemara says that this drasha that we saw in Rashi from Truma Behed yiksiva. That's considered as if it's mamish mufurish in the Torah that a toida gets 10 breads. Interesting lashon. Naziros, the Omar Mar, Shlomov, Lerabois, Shalmi Nazir. It talks about the Nazir and it says Shlomov, and the word Shlomov is completely extra. And Memela, I learned out from Shlomov to say that Shalmi Nazir is only 10 and not 12 according to Rameir. Omar Avtovi Bar Kisna, Omar Shmuel. Lachmi Toida Sha'afon Arba Chalois Yotza. Tremendous chiddush. We all know that Toida has 40 breads. If he decided to squeeze them all in, each 10 is one bread, so he brought 4 breads. The minimum is 4, because they're 4 different types. I need chalos, rikikin, and then revucha, and chametz. I need 4 breads. So Memela, he brought 4 breads. He's yotzei. Unbelievable. What do you do about the 40? It says mefurish that you have to bring 40. We just learned the Gzeir Shava, 40. Says the Gemara, Va'be'inon arba'im lemitzvah. That is because we learned many times that loishana li'ikov. If the Torah doesn't say twice the same thing, then it's not ma'akiv. It's the right way to do it, but it doesn't ruin it. So the right way to do it is to bring 40. If you didn't bring 40, it doesn't pass it because the Torah didn't say it twice. The Torah only said one Gzeir Shava, and that's it.
But the whole point is to bring all your friends and have to finish it by the end of the
It's still
day.
large. It's still huge. It's a massive bread the size of this table. It's 4. It's a wedding challah. Very good.
And they used a different pan or different.
Whatever he uses for the 40 he uses here. He just didn't break them down into 10 pieces.
Oh, so
You're supposed
same
to
amount.
same. You have 20 isarim. 20 isarim is 20 isarim. He just instead of bulkalach like in lechem habayit, he did the giant one. He did the wedding challah. Says the Gemara. Oh my. Okay, that. Oh, I mean, you have to bring truma now. So bring truma. What's the problem? The problem is it says in the pasuk of Hikriv mimenu echad in blue. Echad means whole. So I can't break the bread. So what's the answer?
Break the bread.
Do it before it's bread. Do it as dough.
He did.
No, but the whole thing is that if you can do it before it's dough, he can make 4 separate chal.
But he didn't. He wants to be Oiber Chacham. He can do anything. He cannot do pigul also. He wants to do it.
No, then if he wants like that, he's not going to do it when it's dough. That's the
Oh, you
thing.
mean the
This guy
guy?
is schmoiker.
No, he counted
No.
and said,
He'll explain. He
walked
understands
the
these
whole
guys.
thing. He took a gift to Torah. Now he walks.
He wants to be Nova B'Shus HaTorah. He wants to make sure it's kosher, but he wants to bother everybody. They're going to say, Meshuggah, you made a wedding challah, but it's still kosher. It still has challah, it still has all the chumras. I have to understand it. It's pashut.
Why does he say
He has his picture of the guy.
Oh, everything needs truma. That's mefurish in the pasuk. Here, truma l'Hashem. So, v'chitei med mafresh mikol chada v'chada. And if he's going to take from each one of the 4 breads, 1 minute, we're not there yet. Echad Amar Rachman. I said it first. Echad Amar Rachman. The Torah says he can't break. Shloitel paros. Says the Gemara. Dafreshinu belisha. He took it from the dough. Now, ask the Gemara. Meisvei kol menachos sheriba b'midas chalason oishemiyat b'midas chalason ksheris. It says that you can't bring less or more than the amount of breads. If it's 40, it's 40. You bring 41, it's possible. You bring 39, it's possible. Chutz melechem aponim v'chaviti kohen gadol v'lachmi toidu nezirus. And it says that lachmi toida, I could bring less. I'm sorry. Sorry, ksherais. Chutz melechem aponim v'chaviti kohen gadol v'lachmi toida, and the lachmi toida is in the second category. That if you bring less or more, 39 and 40.
It's not memait b'midah. It's just memait in the.
It doesn't say midah. It says b'midas chaloson, the amount of chalos, the amount of chalos. Say b'midas chaloson. It doesn't say the dough. That's right. It's an interesting lashon here. So if you do 4 chalos instead of 40, obviously it's puzzle according to this. Says the Gemara, who the Omer kaitano the sanyo kol menachos sheriba b'midas chaloson shemid b'midas chaloson ksheros. This man the Omer doesn't say lachmi toida. He leaves out the other 2. So he goes according to the first one. Omer avuna minchas mafesh afo chalo achas yotza. Take Minchas Mafa, you take instead of 10 rikikin, you make it 1. Yotza, my taima. Matzois ksiv, without a vav. It says matzas. If you just read it as is, with the way it says in Torah, it says matzas, which is singular. We read it kri ksiv, but we read it matzois. It says matzas. So Mela, I could do it even 1. Maskil Papa, taima ksiv matzas, hoksiv matzois loy. So you're telling me the only reason why you're yaitza 1 instead of 10 is because the way it's written in the Torah in singular. But if it would be written in the Torah matzos with a vav, it would be aser. V'gabi lachmi toida d'chsiv matzos. By toida it says with a vav. V'amrav toivi by kisnomer shmuel lachmi toida shafam arba chalis yotza ahi pliga. So this is it's mechuli. That's exactly the two lashonos he's going to hold.
Why doesn't 4 fit into matzos? 4 is plural.
No, because each category, each one from each. Says the Mishnah ha'omer haya ba isaroin mishalosh sin. The omer, it took a long time. It took a lot of effort to get one isaroin of flour, one purified isaroin. They had to start off with a lot of wheat, a lot of barley. Shalosh soin. Shtei alechem. Shtei Yisroinim. It was double the amount of flour, and they used the same amount of wheat, Mishalish Sayin. So it was not less pure, but it was easier to get to the pureness we're going to see in the Gemara. Lechem aponim, because it's we're talking about wheat versus barley, so maybe it's easier, or whatever the reason is. Lechem aponim esrim va'arba Yisroinim esrim va'arba Sayin. So lechem aponim is the easiest. You get 24 Yisaroin for 24. It's like a third of what it would take for a Omer, let's say. It's 24 from 24 Sayin. Says the Gemara, my timer. Kivin the Mechadesh Asi, the Omer comes from the brand new crop. So there's a lot of chaff or the exterior part, not the main part of the barley. Umisoyim Asi, and because Soyim also, the nature of Soyim has a lot more byproduct. It's a fact. In order to get to the soilus, you have to go through 3 saw. It's different. Shtei comes from wheat. Even though it's identical in terms of how fresh it is, wheat is different than barley, so you only need 3 sa'im for 2 esroinim. Basically half the amount of wheat for the same amount of flour as barley. My time, since you could get lechem aponim and use it every single week, so obviously you're not using a brand new crop. You're also using the old crop. So memela, it's a lot easier. A lot of it fell off already. It's a lot easier to get to the soilas. Isar muvchar asim isa, 1 isarin to 1 sa. Torah Abanan. If you added too much to the kli, right? I was supposed to bring in isaroin. I put it in the kli, and instead of it being exactly with the top of the kli, it's above the kli. It is puzzle. Why is it puzzle? Because whatever is above the rim doesn't have any gedusha. Now it doesn't have gedusha. It just mixed into the rest of my mincha, and I ruined everything else. Now, if it's less than the isarin, then of course it's aser. Then of course it's possible because the Torah says it has to be an isarin. So it has to be exact. Riba b'midas sayin shalem, or shemid b'midas sayin. This is a chiddush shalem ksheres. How do I get to the fine soilus? That's not my problem. I'm not makbid on that. You want to get to it, I'm telling you, you need 3 saw. You could get to it with 2. As long as it's pure, as long as you give me the product that I need, I don't care how you got to it. So, the first part that I can use more than 3 saw, use 20 saw, no problem. Well, there's no real chiddush in that. Maybe I'm wasting the Beis HaMikdash's resources if you're doing it yourself, for sure. But if to say the big chiddush is that I could do even less, I would think it has to be dafka from 3 saw. No. Says the Mishnah, we're going to see in the Gemara what this means. Basically, the basic pshat is the Omer had 13 sifters, and they were all different sizes, according to the basic pshat. It went from the finest to the coarsest, and we're going to explain how that worked. Well, we're going to see. I have a chart for it. Okay. Shtei halechem b'shteim esrei. There's only 12. Mamish, we went down here. There's only 12 sifters for the shtei halechem. V'lechem aponim b'chad esrei. Over here, the top Rashi, the Mefarish says, halacha Moshe Messinai. Other Rishonim say, you see the Rashi? It says, the first Rashi in the Mishnah, halacha Moshe Messinai. Other Rishonim, like the Rambam, say that it just has to do with the amount of saw that you're starting. The Omer requires so much more sifting because you're taking one isarim from 3 saws, so you need more sifters. But it would be a huge nafkamina. What if you forgot one of the sifters? You went to 12 instead of 13. If it's halacha Moshe Messinai, then it might be a major problem. Rabbi Shimon Omer lo yoyelem kitzba. So over here, Rashi says that it's referring to only the lechem apanim. That you don't need to do 11 sifters. You don't need it. Elo soilis menupa called sarka hayamevi. It doesn't matter. You go to the store, you go to the shuk, you bring in fine soilis, however you got it. If they were able to achieve that in a special machine with 9 sifters, then it's 9 sifters. But that's Rashi. I think other Rishonim hold that it's going, his sheet is on all of the, in other words, Shtei Halechem and the Omer as well. So maybe.
But he said that it's halacha Moshe Messinai.
But it's a different Rashi.
No.
It's the top and the bottom.
They talk to each other.
From here it's a raya that they're the same. Shenema v'lokachta soilis v'afisa oisa v'lokachta. You just go and you get. You buy, literally purchase it. Ad shetehei menupa kol tzarka. The ikr is you make sure that it's the right type. Tanrabonon bedako begaso. It goes thin to gross to the thicker one. So now that Mendy's here, I think it's very appropriate that we give a mashal in diamonds. I was thinking about it. So it's like diamonds. I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong. If a guy has a bag of diamonds, all sorts, right? That's how they come, and all crazy. Yeah. So I want to get to 1 carat diamonds. It came with 2, 3, half-quarter carats, and I want to get to the ones. What do? This is a simple way. I have one sifter that's a little bit smaller or bigger than a carat. So everything that's a carat and below falls into the bottom. All the giant diamonds stay on the top. That's sifter number 1. So I get rid of all the big stuff. All the big ones I put in the sifter, the size is a carat, the carat and below falls through. Then I take another sifter and I get rid of all the small guys. And then I'm left with I get everything that's above a carat or a carat and above falls down. And then I'm left with only the carats.
The big hole.
What?
Why won't the carrot fall through the hole that's big enough for the 2 carrots?
No, it falls through. Yeah, that's good. Let's say there's a sifter that does, it's the size of 1 1/4 carats.
Okay,
So everything falls down, including the 1 carats and all the babies.
The big ones stay on top.
And the big ones stay on top. I get rid of all the big ones. Bye bye. Now that I have that, then I take a sifter that's 3/4 of a carat, let's say. So all the little guys fall in, and the 1 carat stays. But for that, I need 2 sifters. So the Gemara says, that's basically what I do here. It's the same process, just I do it 13 times. I start off with number 1 on the bottom. It's 1, 2, 3 through 13. I start off with number 1. I get all the fine dust out. All the very thin flour, garbage. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a thicker flour. It's in between. Yes. Very nice. Yeah. What? Because we said soilus doesn't mean fine flour. Soilus means good flour, quality flour. As you saw in the going back to the hands-on demonstration, soilus. If you go to the Yesh right now, soilus is very thick compared to flour. I'm getting rid of all the really fine dust, flour, gone. Now, I take that and I bring it up here, and now I get rid of whatever stays on my napa. All the big giant pieces that stay on, that's what I get rid of. Over here, whatever falls below the napa, comes out of the napa, out of the sifter, is garbage. On the top, it's the opposite. Whatever comes out of the sifter, I keep. Whatever stays on the top, it's the large pieces, the shafts, that I throw out in the garbage. It's not so confusing. Then I take that and I put it in sifter number 2. And again, the fine stuff that comes out, garbage. Whatever's left over in sifter number 2, I bring to sifter number 12. And all the big pieces that stay on the sifter, that is garbage. Those are the giant diamonds. They are not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for number 7 over here. I'm looking for diamonds number 7.
We're not looking for the finest.
I'm not looking for the finest, and I certainly don't want the biggest. So I get rid of the finest over here, I get rid of the giant over here. Now I'm going to a lower, a little bit larger sifter, and a little bit smaller sifter. Number 12 is a little bit smaller. It just goes in order, and I keep on going from small to big, until I'm left with my soilers.
Theoretically, you do 6 and 8, and you get to the same place.
If you sift it a lot, and basically that's one shita that
Just the
if you could
halacha
come
mishmei
up,
have to do this.
if it's halacha mishmei sinai, and if it's svara, so yes, ein chanam I could.
What's separated
Gets
out
boring.
in number 7?
It's more interesting when you're doing it.
Nothing. Whatever I'm left over in 7, that's it. That's what I'm left.
Why is it a sifter? It's a thing.
Oh, you're asking why is it a sifter? So maybe there is that last whatever. Zok the Gemara, 2 minutes.
Being small and then it's a little bit.
No, small, big. It doesn't matter, but yeah, small, big. Each one gets smaller and smaller, bigger and bigger. When you start from the top, it gets smaller and smaller. When you start from the bottom, it gets bigger and bigger. Says the Gemara. Let's just finish this. So Reb Shimon says, that we explained. Reb Shimon oimer lo yehoyelem kitzba Torah Rabbanon soiles v'afisa isa melamen shenikachas soiles. So this would be like Reb Shimon. And how do I know I could go to the store and buy the worst product available, meaning in its rawest form of chitim? You can buy anything. So Rashi over here on the spot says, I'm referring to only the menachos that come from an individual. Other Rishonim are mechulekin on him. Talmud loymar oisa. So Rashi explains, why not? Very interesting. Why can't I just buy from the store? Says Rashi, because maybe the store doesn't know how to sift it correctly. So then that would be a very big chiddush, because in the next word, no, you could go to the store for lechem aponim, mipnei achisachon, to save Klal Yisrael money. In other words, the Gemara is saying, even though I theoretically have a problem that not everybody knows how to sift, but because I want to save you money, I'm going to be lenient now and let you save money, because it comes every week and it's so many Yisar and it's 24. So let me save you money. The Torah cares about people's Klal Yisrael's money. It says by the Selah.
It's all the way around. Lechem HaChodim will allow him to bring the wheat, and all the other menachos you have to buy soilers. That's what the Gemara is saying.
The Gemara is saying that by Lechem HaPonim you can do it yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all the other menachos you have to buy.
I don't think buy. I think it means in the Beis Hamikdash.
That's what Rashi says.
It cost a lot of.
Vishkisos Heida, one last thing, that the Klal Yisrael, when the Kadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe to hit the Selah twice, it said, because the Torah says after he hit the rock, the Torah said, and the animals drink from the water. Who cares about the animals? The nace, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a huge nace for Klal Yisrael. So because I didn't want Klal Yisrael to lose out on their money, on their belongings. Have a great day.
That explains
Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people do say that.